Good evening, folks. Welcome to our last show before Christmas. I'm joined as ever by Badman Walking 55.
Hello.
And lovely Louise Sparrow.
Hello.
And in fact, we just had someone docked and coming up from the pod bay. It may possibly be, I think Firefly is actually back off of the mission at long last.
Hello, everybody.
He's back.
Hello.
Yes, I am back, but I am no longer Firefly MK1. From now on, due to copyright laws, and I'd like to thank a certain British channel for doing this, I am now Mr. AWK.
Gasp, you're AWK? Wow.
Yes, I'm the channel owner. Okay, what can I say?
Typical, innit? You never see the boss for months. As soon as the bloody Christmas party starts, he comes in.
Yep.
Right,
That's how
Christmas
it goes.
is cancelled. Bar humbug. Yes, tonight we are covering A Christmas Carol. But we'll be talking about the adaptations, won't we, all today?
I think there are quite a few of those to go along with as well, actually, aren't there?
Too bloody many, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So, how shall we start this?
Well, to be quite honest, I know the basic story like most people, I think, but my Christmas Carol for me, actually, more than anything else, I tend to think of Scrooged. and possibly then the Muppets coming there rather than.
Yep.
So what's the? I mean, obviously I know the real one, but because of course, Dickens was actually quite well known, I believe. Certainly, if I remember right, certainly I learned this for anything from Doctor Who. It's the Dickens liked ghost stories.
Well, Christmas Carol is his most well known, but it's not the only one he wrote. The Chimes is another Christmas ghost story that he wrote, which so many other things they could adapt.
Yes, he's a somewhat prolific writer, I know.
Well, carry on, Colin.
I was going to say, I think perhaps the most famous straight adaptation rather than inspired by or whatever is the one we showed a clip from there with the late great Alistair Sim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy crap, it's running. Right, okay, sorry.
So I think that's perhaps the most famous one. Although there have been dozens, I'm sure, possibly more. I wonder if it might be one. I suspect it probably is one of the most filmed stories. of
Yeah.
of English literature.
Look at him there, sitting there, giving his grumbly look.
As long as the humbugs are mint humbugs, I don't mind. I quite like mint humbugs.
Yes. Well, judging by what I typed into the certain website earlier, I was saying how many activations of A Christmas Carol are there? It says 135.
Is that
And
all? Feels like more.
And counting.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we carry on, shall we say hello to our people in the chat, Colin?
Why not? Let's see. I can say who was first? Who was first? Chris was. Good evening, folks. Good afternoon, Chris. Good evening, Shane. Because I know you're across one across a larger body of water and one across a smaller body of water. Zach, good afternoon as well. Just running down here. And the lovely Sherry. That's a name I don't think I've seen before, unless you're someone who's changed your name. I'm not sure, but welcome. Whether, bing, excuse me. See, woman turns up in chat and I go all to pieces.
There you go. I will say I have seen the lovely Sherry and other chats around, so
Okay.
Yeah.
great, good to have you with us today.
Whichever part of your world you're from, good afternoon, good evening, or possibly even good morning. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, just the whole thought of the number of adaptations of this probably is a tribute to the great storytelling, though. The fact that you have a work here of classic literature that can be, I know we get tired of so many adaptations and, but the fact that it's so well done that you can have so many adaptations.
Mark, you got a good point now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would have been a good one. And hello, Mark.
Excellent. Yes, indeed.
Well, judging by how many they keep going on with A Christmas Carol, are they ever going to stop?
No. It's a classic story. It's one that a lot of people enjoy. Even more than the adaptations, it's been done in just about every show that we watch as well. There's always a Scrooge episode.
Yeah.
Well, the best the best take on A Christmas Carol that I ever saw was a Blackadder's Christmas Carol, where they completely role reversed it at the end.
Yeah, that was clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with Baldrick coming out with this fantastic line saying that he saw this ghost appear and this and that, and he said these words, and then he sodded off.
Yeah, that was that was very. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think how there must have been, just as you said, Louise. I mean, there must have been nearly everything must have done Christmas Carol at some point, if not directly, then indirectly at least once.
Yeah.
Trying to imagine what the Blake 7 version of Christmas Carol would have been like, and that's kind of okay, maybe not.
Well, it didn't run long enough to run out of stories. So.
No.
Blake 7, Christmas Carol, bloody hell, Avon of the Ghost of Christmas Future, by the looks of it.
Yeah, would it be a question? Would it be Avon or would it be Serverland that were visited by the ghosts?
Serverland.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I do like the comedy takes on the Christmas Carol anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh yeah, nice one, Mark. Nice one. I'm going to bring this up.
We're trying to get him to make his name longer and longer until it's so long he can't actually he hasn't got any space for anything in chat.
Hit the character limit. Yeah.
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 Yeah, Shane, was that I got a feeling maybe something a while ago was that a recent prequel you were talking? I don't remember anything recently, but I've I've not paid much attention to BBC recently.
I think nobody does. Well, anyway, what do you expect from A Christmas Carol going into the future, anyway?
Depends on who's making it, really.
Yes, but in this day and age with the stupid wokeness and that,
Oh dear.
how much are they going to keep ripping it apart?
Yeah.
It depends if anybody wants to use it for going forward, depending on how much work they have to do to adapt it to whatever their view is.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of work to change it in those regards. But but then again, also you wonder about the sophistication of the viewing audiences and the writers. They may not find that this is something easy enough to take and bastardize, twist, or whatever you want to call it. That it's more work than just coming out with something new. I think it just depends, really. If you get the right person that wants to use it as a starting source.
I think it's been done to death, personally, but I don't think that'll stop them doing any.
Oh no.
Apparently one came out last year and I didn't even notice that.
Shane's come up with an interesting thing.
No, I don't remember seeing that one. Interesting cast, though.
Yes, well, all I can say is that with Christmas Carol, this is going to keep going on and on and on and on until someone decides to rewrite the whole book. Which it could happen, will it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
They shouldn't, though. This is the thing. It's a timeless story, and no one has got the skill to rewrite it these days.
Or if they tried, how much effort they'd have to put in to try to change it where it made sense, even in their view. It's probably too much work.
Well, I think Scrooge would become a thinly veiled, as in about as thinly veiled as a sort of 1 micron thick piece of material clone of a recent US president. The whole thing would be a cry against the patriarchy. That would be and he will probably be visited by 3 spectres of isms and obias, and I don't know. No, I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to think any further along that line.
Don't poison your mind, Colin. Don't poison your mind.
No, I don't want to put the ideas out there anyway, just in case.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, they wouldn't make it because they would have to make it a Christmas Carol. We all know they never do anything to do with Christmas.
A holiday carol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A winter festival carol.
Yes. Well, I say the best one that I ever saw, and probably everyone else has seen because they keep showing it every year, is A Muppets Christmas Carol.
I know that is a favourite with a lot of people. It's not one of my favourites.
Yeah, well, the lines they come out with in that was unbelievable. And I'm surprised they haven't edited it down heavily today.
Do we know? Don't they belong to Disney now? Have you watched it on Disney Plus? Maybe it's been.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't yet. I've got to say, when they break out into music, musical numbers and that, it is absolutely funny with the side sketches they like to throw in at some parts. But that wasn't the only one, only musical, was there?
No, I like the other musical.
Albert Finley, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Albert Finley, Alec Guinness, Kenneth Moore as
Alec
the Ghost of Christmas.
Guinness?
Yeah,
Alec
Alec Guinness.
Guinness? Is he?
Yeah, it's Jacob
Oh, he's
Marley.
Marley in it, right? Yeah.
I saw it earlier on TV as I was going to go do something to eat.
It's been a while.
Well, one of the first versions that I was familiarized with was back in the 80s with George C. Scott as Scrooge.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but he played a good, powerful Scrooge in that. I don't think it was a musical. I don't recall, but it was pretty scary with a guy like him when I was younger. But it was a well-made movie.
Yes.
Oh yes, I like George C. Scott. He's got one of those great voices.
Mm-hmm.
He's certainly a very widespread actor.
Well, how many other adaptations have there been? There've been a original musical version with Colin Baker. Never knew he did that.
Good grief.
Oh, that's a weird one. I tried to watch that, but I think he's just like the narrator at the beginning.
Oh, right.
It's not a good version.
Well, the Bill Murray one, I think that was the best comedy of it all.
Yeah, Scrooged. That's the one Colin actually likes.
That's the one I've seen. I've seen very many of them. At least
That's probably the only one on my rewatch list. Like that, my mum loves them. If they're on the telly, they'll be on in the house, and I a lot of them I can't watch again. But I always rewatch Scrooged.
Yes. Well, I've got to say, you had Bobcat Gold. Can't pronounce his last name properly.
Wait.
Yeah. Him getting fired, and then he goes on a full rampage for it and tries to kill Bill Murray at the end.
Oh yeah, the little fairy. Which is little.
And there's one thing I would have loved to see but as he actually done it, is a Discworld Christmas Carol. Has it been done? Everyone's having a think.
Doesn't particularly come to mind, to be honest.
No, I mean
he might have made jokes about it in one book or whatever, but he didn't do a version of it.
No.
The books tend to encompass a lot of things, so you might get an offhanded joke about it somewhere.
It would be funny, especially with death in it.
Yeah, there's probably a fanfic somewhere.
Yeah.
Having seen Hogfather the other day, I can't offhand think of anything that distinctly made me think of Christmas Carol in that.
Well, that book doesn't really reflect the book, though. Anyway, does it?
No, this is true.
Face it.
I was going to reread the book, but I haven't had the chance, unfortunately. No.
They've just released a new audio version of it that's done as a play with oh God, I've forgotten his name, but it's new.
Oh right.
So I'll probably listen to that at some point. But no, I can't think of it's not like he did a version of A Christmas Carol, but I'm sure there was a joke in there somewhere about it.
I was going to bring up this comment of what Mark has just put in the chat.
Oh, hey. That could be no worse than some of the other versions that were made.
Mark, that wouldn't be a film. That would be a sodding game show. That would be a contest, wouldn't it? That would be a weekly game show. Beach volleyball, Scrooge beach volleyball.
Oh, Lord. Just as long as he's not in a swimsuit.
I could see that as a Japanese game show, really. What they get coming out
No, I've
with.
got it. No, I've got it. I know what it is, Mark. I know what that is. That's the Christmas. That's the Death in Paradise episode. That's the Death in Paradise Christmas Carol episode.
Nice one, Shane. I'm a businessman. Get me out of here.
Well, you also had the Broadway stage performances of it and dinner theater performances with it. So there's numerous other adaptations, because I was looking, and I guess Captain Picard played in both the Broadway and a TV movie adaptation of Christmas Carol with Scrooge.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's one of the better ones, I think. It's quite a good film adaptation.
Did you see the one that came out a couple years ago with Jim Carrey in it as Scrooge? It was an animated film, but very, very dark. Did you see that one?
No, I'd quite like to see that, but I haven't.
I liked it. I thought it was interesting, but it really was on the dark side with the animation. So if you get a chance to try it, you might want to try it. It was not bad, and I didn't think it was unfaithful to the story.
Well, it is quite a dark story most of the way through, isn't it? Really.
Well, their animation made it even darker. It really was very brooding and foreboding. It really was very eerie.
I have to check that one out. I quite like Mickey's Christmas Carol. They don't play that anymore. I don't know why, but I used to love that growing up.
Yeah, there's. It's weird. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, what we think of as Christmas. I mean, I mean, you know, a lot of people. The one that everyone always says for Christmas movies in general is Die Hard. But I think there's a difference between a movie about Christmas and a movie set at Christmas. And I mean, Christmas Carol is definitely about Christmas. I mean, but the weird thing I think also is its association. I mean, I tend, because it was on so often, as I remember around Christmas time when I was a kid, The Sound of Music for me is sort of a Christmas movie. There is absolutely nothing whatsoever about Christmas in The Sound of Music.
No.
There's also nothing geographically correct, because apparently if they actually did go over the mountains where they go in the film, they'd have come down the other side about 10 miles in the Berchtesgaden. In Germany.
It's not the point.
No, it's not. But I mean, it's strange. I think it's partly what was on and what you actually associate with Christmas when it comes to film and TV and the like.
Well, by rights, that the British population should associate James Bond with Christmas then.
Yeah. Yeah, fair point. Although that's a problem throughout the year as well. But yeah, could be fair point. I think it's possibly what you associate with Christmas rather than what you call a Christmas movie. Possibly two different things when you put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, you always had the Flintstones Christmas Carol.
I don't think I've seen that.
That
Oh.
apparently is something that's out there. I was just doing some checking, and apparently it's, you had mentioned the Mickey's Christmas Carol. There's a Flintstone version. I don't know when it came out, 1994. So
Hmm. I would attempt to see that if I could.
yeah, it'd probably be good, I would think, but again, back to the point, you have a timeless piece of literature that can be remade this many times. Just tells you how great the work itself is.
Yeah.
That so many people want a piece of it and want to put their own. Hopefully not put too much of a spin on it, but they want to. They respect the work enough to consider it to make another version of it. Now, as the audience, how many more? Like we said earlier, how many more times can we watch it?
I think there's a difference between making something because you've got an idea of how you could make it great,
Mhm.
and just making it because you want to do another one.
Right.
And that's probably what we're seeing. Because, I mean, my thought has always been, once you've got a good adaptation of a book, then you're okay with people playing with it a little bit. So you get something like Scrooged, and it was a inspired modern version of it. But then you just get tired remakes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we are now. It's like, what if we did it with a different person? It would be different. It's not really different then.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they'll sort of find
Yeah.
a way to put sex in the next one, because that seems to be the thing, certainly with the Jane Austen adaptations, which making me cringe now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's back to the thing of that. Used to less was more. Don't show everything. Leave it to the readers or what viewers, especially with the viewers. Leave it to the imagination to fill in the gaps. You don't have to show everything and beat people over the head with it. The allusion to something can, be more as much of a pull as answering every question, showing every detail. I mean, I would have always loved more about the Ghost of Christmas Future, because that was such a mysterious ghost and all. Have more about him, but it really wouldn't align yourself to seeing much more, because it's just the future. You can't answer everything for everybody, and nor should you. But that's something I guess that they could do. Give Christmas Future a backstory.
Back to the Christmas
Can you
Future.
have a backstory for Future? That's a
I don't know.
fascinating idea.
I don't know. They come up with crazy things nowadays. You never know. Everybody's got a backstory nowadays. So
That's true.
now the problem is that they could come up with one, then you really have to start.
The only problem with that, of course, is that because the Ghost of Christmas Future changes Scrooge's future, that Ghost of Christmas Future
Disappears.
if you try to do something like that, try to do an origin or something like that, you might be coming into slight problems of, okay, well, hold on a second, we need to really change the future so that didn't happen. So where did it come from?
Well, modern writers, who cares? We'll just tell a story whatever we want. And yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is we're asking questions, the hard questions.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do with it. It's just, as I say, having that inspiration and not just trying to do it better than some of the previous. I don't think that we've got actors on the level of say Alistair Sim, or if we have, they're not in the right parts. So they haven't got the writing. Is there anyone you'd like to see do it?
You mean of younger
Modern.
actors, modern actors, especially ones that haven't done it? I mean, like Picard or like him.
David
Not that I can
Warner.
think of offhand, but
David Warner's the only one.
and do you view it as, should it be a British actor versus an American actor? I mean, because I've always looked at this story as more of a British story because of the clothing, the times, and of what I was introduced seeing over the years. I mean, would that affect whether it's a British or American actor in your opinion?
I think if it's done in the time frame, they should at least be able to do an English accent.
Okay.
But if you reset it, if you actually put it in America, even in history, that's okay, I think. You don't necessarily have to set it in England, but if you're setting it in England, you probably need someone who can speak with an English accent. Kelsey Grammer's done it. I know there's that version.
You're saying that, I wonder, across the pond, and I don't mean this in a dismissive way. Would an American version perhaps be something more like a Thanksgiving story than a Christmas story? I'm just wondering if Thanksgiving in America might be something that's perhaps lends itself more to an American version of that sort of story of changing. Or not, I don't know.
I don't necessarily think so. I think the story itself with a Christmas background is the proper setting. I mean, we have Thanksgiving as declared for that for a holiday, but this seems to go deeper than just being thankful. I mean, it was the whole thing about his character, the flaws, and a lot deeper than just being thankful. So I think you could stick with the Christmas setting. I'm just trying to figure out anybody other than Chris Pratt, but because I don't necessarily know that. It's like he's like the default actor of choice nowadays, but I don't know if he's the right guy for this role. But
I think you still want someone a bit older, wouldn't you? You wouldn't necessarily
probably
want
so. It really has to be somebody older, seasoned, that's at that age to be an oversight of an accounting firm like that. Maybe somebody, and I don't like, but oh god, Sheen, Martin Sheen, maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly, I would say. I mean, because he is older, he has, he might be able to pull something like that off. But I don't know. I maybe come down to the writing.
But rather than casting someone that might be able to pull it off, is there somebody you would just like to see take on any of the roles? Just like to see the performance.
Well, now I would say Chris Pratt as Cratchit. That could be kind of interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to find anybody. Maybe we ought to bring
any actor that.
Yeah. Any actor other than Mark Pratt, right?
I was expecting Chris Pratt to play Tiny Tim.
Oh, that flew through my brain for half a second, and I had to squash that one. So,
Mark's given us an option there.
Yeah.
David Bradley as Scrooge, David Tennant, Jacob Marley, Deep Roy as Tiny Tim. Bloody hell, that's a name I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
Alan Rickman, yes, that's going to be a tough one. And Catherine Tate as a Christmas present.
No, Alan Rickman is the ghost of Christmas present. Oh no! Sorry, no. My apologies. Yep, you're right. I was reading that the wrong way around. No, I see what you said. Yep. I know. I see what you mean, Mark.
But who would play Ghost of Christmas Future?
Oh, we've got the second part of the message yet to come.
He's probably typing in a long version.
Yep. Quick, take your bet before it posts.
Well, really, you just need a good voice for that, don't you?
Yeah.
Because normally they're hooded, so.
Well, I mean, you still have James Earl Jones, who's still around.
True, he would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Who played not Gandalf again?
Ian McKellen.
Ian
Yeah.
McKellen. That could
Yeah.
work.
Well, he could do Scrooge. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, he could.
There you go. Actually, I think that's a very good
Patrick Stewart as Jacob
selection for
Marley.
that. That could work.
Derek Jacobi,
I think you already did it, didn't you?
possibly.
I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sensing a rather Doctor Who science fiction heavy cast here.
Yeah, just a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm just sensing. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 Doctor Who characters. Next Gen DS9. I'd Galaxy Quest, and I'm not sure if Tiny Tim ever did any.
Deep Rose in Doctor Who.
Sorry, see, I thought I was going to say. I haven't said that. Yes, yeah, he was the wasn't he the homunculus in
Talos of Winchen.
Talos of Winchen? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Also, he was in Never Ending Story, Star Trek, the two, the latest versions. Who else was he in? Actually, Deep Roy has been all over the place, really.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's like my brain just completely and utterly switched off.
Yeah, I can understand that one.
Willow. No, not Alison Hannigan.
Well,
because there were not that many actors of that whatever the hell the politically correct way of saying is his size.
Warwick Davis, you mean?
Warwick Davis, thank you. Yes, exactly.
yep.
Because there's not that many, whatever the heck the politically correct way of saying of midget actor, whatever he without being rude, actors of that physical stature. There
are, but they
to do those sorts of
some
roles.
of them shine. So,
Well, one voice I would like to hear for Ghost of Christmas Future, because I think he did the voice of Death in the latest Good Omen series, is Brian Cox. And I'm talking about the actor, not the physicist.
I'm now mildly confused because I'm seeing both the actor and the astrophysicist.
Yes.
And to be quite honest, Brian Cox, the astrophysicist.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that'd be one scary voice to hear.
Oh God, yeah. Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah, because he was in a band called D-Dream, and the song that he played that was played a lot was "Things Can Only Get Better."
Yeah.
Now imagine him turning up as the Ghost of Christmas Future playing that song in the background.
Yes.
How can they get better?
Don't just don't ask the reverse of that question because someone will only come out and not improve it.
Well, shall we move on from Scrooge?
Sure.
Talk about something else Christmassy.
Why not?
okay.
Okay, so we'll get back to Scrooge at the end. Any other Christmas movies, adaptations you all got in mind?
Well, I think I've said it before, but my Christmas starts with the Box of Delights, which was a BBC adaptation of the book that they did in the 80s. And it's a charming Christmas story. So that is for me is what I start with.
Well, my mother and my wife have gotten into all these Hallmark Christmas movies, so that's their thing. So I don't even go near those. But I just don't. I'm just gag humor type stuff like Home Alone 2 and New York. Love it with the hotel and of course it took a Brit to really make the movie. Tim Curry is so awesome in that movie too, and that
He's
and
great in everything.
absolutely, just as amazing. And the other is Jingle All the Way with Schwarzenegger. Oh, it's Turbo Man! It's Turbo time! It's like only as Arnold could do it. So
Right.
I like gag funny movies. So
Right, I'm just going to go back for 1 second, back to A Christmas Carol. Mark's got it. That would be hilarious. Malcolm Tucker. So, well, one Christmas movie that I tend to watch. Well, I don't call it I don't know if it's a movie or just a TV episode. Is The Snowman.
Keep walking in the air.
Yes, I know.
I hated that as a child, so I do not watch that when it comes on.
Why did you hate it? Tell us.
Because the snowman goes at the end, and I always hated that.
He's a bloody snowman. He's supposed to melt.
Don't care. I
But
hate
like
things
Frosty,
like
he'll
that
be
as a
back
child.
again. If Frosty the Snowman taught us anything, he'll be back again next year.
next year,
Good evening,
yes.
PJ.
Yeah, but the thing is that, if you hate something as a child, you just don't watch it again, right? I don't watch it to see if it's got, artistic merit. I just hated it, so I don't watch it now.
very understandable.
You say, Louise, you said it. Did you notice? Big Finish, June this year, released an audio to Box of Delights with Derek Jacobi.
Yes, I was aware of that because
Okay.
there's on Twitter there are people who take on the characters from the show, and they sort of tweet each other during run up to Christmas as well, which is quite fun. And they were talking about it mid-year because I follow them. I haven't heard it yet though. I should look it up.
No, so the only reason that I was listening the other recently, they actually did they did an interview with Derek Jacobi, which is quite interesting. You mentioned that in there.
I imagine it's pretty great. It's just I haven't got around to it. It doesn't 100% follow the book anyway in the show, so there's a bit of room there to do different things, I think.
Well,
Mark's mentioned The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe as well, which is another one. But I like the BBC version.
Yeah. I didn't dislike the films, but yeah, when I remember The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe as a kid. I can actually, if I switch my brain off, I can actually watch The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe as well. For as long as I've got fast forward on in some places, but
I do agree with Mark down there about Santa versus the Martians. It's a cult classic.
There was one Christmas film I did watch during this week, Office Christmas Party, if anyone's seen it.
Oh my. Is that the one that came out a couple years ago?
Yes.
Jennifer Aniston. Okay. I saw the clip trailers for it. I didn't watch it.
Oh, you should give it a watch. It is not one of those type of Jennifer Anderson movies you expect.
It didn't look like it would be from the clips I saw when it came out. So yeah.
Yeah. And we've got PJ Maybe and Jim the Viking in the chat. Hello, guys.
They finally finished moaning and groaning about the adaptation of Wheel of Time. Then, yes, I know. They've come over here to be cheered up, so we can talk about Christmas movies. Excellent.
Yes.
Of course, you can always start the debate of fire. That's kind of like candy corn, yes or no, around Halloween. But is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Of course, it's a Christmas movie.
I know, but you got people that fight that it's not. It's a hotly contested debate.
Die Hard 2's a Christmas movie, and that's
It is
absolutely.
absolutely. Even the bad guys carried Christmas presents. Of course, they had guns in them.
Now that is a Christmas party to remember.
It's not on my watch list of Christmas movies, I must admit, but I won't dispute it. I understand why it's a Christmas movie.
So it's a Christmas movie. It's a movie set at Christmas, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
How much how essential Christmas is to the plot is possibly a debatable point.
But they do have Christmas songs in it.
Oh, they've got Christmas. Yeah, well, exactly. Yes. I mean, as I said, I mean, it's definitely a Christmas, a movie set around Christmas, which takes place at Christmas. I'm not entirely certain that the spirit of Christmas is encapsulated by terrorists killing people off and by throwing Alan Rickman off the top of a building.
I don't know. Have you ever tried to get out of a truck stop parking lot right 2 weeks before Christmas with a mall next door? That's kind of violent. Not very peaceful.
That would be interesting. Die Hard set in a mall.
Yeah. They're good. Yes.
But then,
Chris Persia making the case.
But then again, I have to admit, I mean, I can't really say anything when Christmas episodes of British soap operas are renowned for murders, plane crashes, and death. That's the reason I don't watch soap operas.
I prefer sort of old, the older films, I guess. You know, Miracle on 34th Street, The Bishop's Wife, that sort of era.
Yeah,
they're more Christmassy to me.
Yeah, they're more. Well, I won't say happy, but no happy endings. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're more in line with the spirit of Christmas. Not that I don't watch more modern ones, but I mean, I like Krampus, but even it's a horror film, but it's a feel-good Christmas movie as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's my wife would agree with you. She this particular Miracle 34th Street is one of her favorites too.
The original, though.
Oh yeah, black and white. She loves the black and white movies, and she'll take those over any of the remakes or colorized versions any day.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, I mean, there definitely do things. There are definitely, I think, things. I mean, the interesting thing is one of the earliest. I mean, is that of course is that, although they don't do it these days, Doctor Who didn't do. Russell T Davies started the idea of the Doctor Who Christmas special. We didn't have the closest we got in a Doctor Who classic was in, I think it was either Dalek's Master, I think it was The Chase, one of the early Hartnell ones. it happened that the
Actually,
episode was aired on Boxing Day, and it was called The Feast of Stephen, and it was actually set on Christmas Day. Oh, so on Christmas Eve. And at the end of it, the Doctor actually breaks the fourth wall and turns to the camera and says, "Happy Christmas, everyone. Worst that effect." And I think that's the only Christmas episode there is of Doctor Who in the classic series. I'm not sure there's many others actually set on Christmas either. Having said that. Okay.
well, has anyone seen A Wonderful Life?
Yes.
What is that again?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, see, I haven't. That's another classic movie that I have not watched.
I think I've seen it very long time ago, but I mean I'm genuinely familiar with it. What I'll rephrase it. I know about it.
It's a classic, and it's a brilliant piece of cinema. It's slightly depressing. Not a happy ending. But that's why I always say I prefer The Bishop's Wife. If you're going to have an angel film of that era, I think that one's a better one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I know The Bishop's Wife. I've heard of it, but I don't think I'm aware of it.
Cary Grant and David Niven. David Niven's a bishop and he prays for help, and Cary Grant is sent as an angel to help. So, but not quite the way he's expecting. But it's a fun film. It's very much in the Christmas spirit. It's touching, and it's just a lovely story.
Yep.
Here we go.
See, Mike, thank you for confirming that. It was The Chase, was it? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hello, Jim. Hello, Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, there you are.
You were just discussing the amazing.
See, he's lost for words.
Yeah, I lost the words. It's literally such a. The film is what 60 years old.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, I've not seen The Drinkers. I'll have to look that one up. The Drinkers review of that one.
Yeah, the Drinkers review of it is capturing the essence.
He's very good at that.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's very good at those reviews. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? There's some of these things that come along and they're so well known. I should say, I mean, I genuinely wonder how many of the modern Christmas movies will be around in 60 years' time.
I doubt very much.
You mean you don't think Santa Inc. will stand the test of time?
I hope not.
I think I chose the wrong moment to take a gulp of coffee there.
Sorry about that. Christmas Chronicles was different. That's quite a fun movie with Kurt Russell as Father Christmas, and his Santa version of Jailhouse Rock needs to be seen. I mean, as new Christmas movies go, that was pretty good.
This is what I think Christmas should be all about. It should be bringing about a little bit of magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that went out the window years ago.
I think there's still people that get it. It's maybe not what our movie industry want to show all the time, but
Now that's a good one, PJ. Yeah, Trading Places. It is technically a Christmas movie.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I quite like that as well. Actually, it's
I got to be a Florida Santa the other night at my wife's quilting Christmas party with all the ladies around. Of course, what I want to do is recreate the eating the salmon through the beard scene, but there's no salmon.
yeah.
Plus, I would have been forgiven after that if I caused a scene like that. So, hey.
Yeah, there have been. I mean, there have been. I think some really good movies that do stand the test of time.
I think someone mentioned in the chat earlier, White Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's certainly
I'm not sure if
Aha!
Bring him in.
Yeah.
Hey, PJ,
Hey, there is.
Hiya. And Wheel of Time is that bad? I've just had to go and clear out my brain.
we've now got our two guys from near.
Yeah, we need the Christmas spirit now.
Yes.
No, I'm trying to think. I think it was a Monty Python sketch, which I'm going to. Our two guys who are nearest to the North Pole, nearest to Santa. Picture from Scotland and Scandinavia. No, it's nothing about the beards. No, there was I think it was a Monty Python sketch I'm thinking of, but they started off doing a Mickey take of something that was in the news about, I think it was actually something that happened or relations with Norway or something. They started like someone who was a trade representative, something really serious, and they ended up coming down to someone who need and Mr. and Mrs. Scorway, whose name sounds like Norway. Something. I think it was a Monty Python sketch.
Sorry for a quick point out here. We do have a little bit of echo on the stream.
Right, who can you hear it from?
It's not me. I've got my headphones on.
Yeah.
I can't hear anything.
I can't hear an echo either. So if Jim's getting it, he needs to tell us who's getting the echo from.
I can hear almost some wind or something there. That sounds like.
It wasn't me. I was muted there.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems to have died down a little bit, but there was definitely an echo.
Echo, 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 echo.
Foxtrot, 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 foxtrot.
It's definitely not me.
Some of us learned the phonetic alphabet when we were teenagers, didn't we?
Are we being visited by a ghost in this stream?
Is anybody
The ghost
there?
of Christmas killed the satanic ghost of Christmas Seth.
Maybe the ghost of Christmas Future didn't like us speculating on who could play him.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
So, what is your favourite movies for Christmas? What is your one movie as Christmas for you? Come on, guys. You all must have one. I know what Jim's is. What one do you see when Christmas comes around you need to watch?
Well, as I said earlier, I don't know if it's a film or a TV episode, and that is The Snowman.
See, my wife loves The Snowman. She basically, every Christmas, that's what she watches. For me, it's White Christmas, but my wife is the snowman. She's mad about it. She
I love White
loves it.
Christmas.
Yeah,
I
it's really weird. I didn't know until I've got quite a bit of I quite like country music. There's he's going somewhere. I promise. It's not completely up for. And years ago, I saw probably the most famous the most famous trio in country music, Dolly and Parton. And she did the Christmas stream, and she started off and she's doing singing something, and she said these lines. And said, it's great because she starts off about it being a beautiful day in Los Angeles, and she goes and she comes up and says, but we don't know that, but I bet you know the chorus. And the chorus was White Christmas. And I hadn't even realised that there was actually a verse to White Christmas. Oddly, I haven't got that by Dolly Parton, but I have got a version of that by I've forgotten now. By a male singer.
Bing Crosby.
No, it's not. It's a male country singer. It's not Bing Crosby. I've got White Christmas by Bing Crosby, I think, but
Not
that's
Kenny
only
Rogers, is it?
No, it's not Kenny Rogers either.
No,
It's
it wouldn't be, and it wouldn't be Cash.
I think it's Don McLean. I think it's Don McLean. I've got it by.
See, that wouldn't surprise me. Don McLean, my dad was a big country fan, and Don McLean was his favourite. That was what anything, especially when his dementia was kicking in, he always wanted music on, and it was always Don McLean. Loved it, so he did. So I'm surprised I've not heard that one because it was always me actually firing up YouTube.
I'm thinking it's Don McLean. I mean, it's interesting. I think there's some really good, possibly because it's got the religious aspect to it. Country's got quite some religion. There's quite good country Christmas songs. One of my favourites is Santa Got Lost in Texas.
See, the only ones that I listen to, I must admit, is Kevin Bloody Wilson's Christmas songs, and I can't really repeat them on screen.
Yeah, I kind of thought that. Yeah, no, I don't think I know him, but
yeah, the Australian comedian. He basically's got some Santa Claus. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, a Christmas film is you have a lot of your like light-hearted, serious stuff. So you got your Chevy Chase ones, all of these very light-hearted. Around Christmas, Miracle on 34th Street. Obviously, you have it, PJ, but I still haven't found where the film comes from. But there's plenty of films describing World War I troops, where they are in their trenches, and suddenly they start singing Christmas carols, but the Christmas carols really translate well. So Silent Night really translates well into German.
Used to know that in
And
German.
the Germans know exactly the words, and they can sing them back, and they go up, they shake hands, and it's like, okay, it's peace for tonight. For me, that is literally spirit of Christmas. It's, we know tomorrow we will have to be bad, but today we are friends. Yeah, the Christmas armistice, Mark is spot on. I think that's what it's called.
That's about the only really bright spot. The Christmas,
that's just basically when the troops
Christmas
take
one.
it into their own hands and actually do it because the generals weren't happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there is actually one showing that. It's like, you shouldn't do this. You should go kill them. And it's like, no, this is Christmas.
Yeah.
We're friends. And I love them because they really bring the emotion of Christmas. But I think it's more me being older, because when I was a child, waking up on Christmas Day, it was like, Christmas tree, presents. Oh, give me. and I realized it's a little bit
What do you
greedy
mean as a
just going,
child?
give
I
me.
still do that. I still do that. It's Christmas. Give me.
But it's still a bit greedy, isn't it? It's like, oh, just give me.
Not greedy at all. It's Christmas. You're not greedy at Christmas.
Yeah,
You're
you
just
see, I
happy
have to
and
call you a
thankful for
youngling here
presents.
because for the past 20 years, all I get for Christmas presents is just socks.
I'm old enough to actually say that. Start saying
In
them
that case,
now.
in that case, Jim, all I can hope is you don't ever run across a sock-eating monster.
Hog pala. What is it? You want
Yeah.
that? Right, come on. Right, say hello.
Another
Right,
guest.
Hello, matey.
Aw.
Oh, you see, already bringing Christmas spirits in here.
Yeah. Every time I'm on, he always tries to actually jump up. The two of them, the other ones are hiding and sleeping, or else he would be actually climbing over. Right now. And but basically, the two of them are hogs for it, and basically just want to actually look at me. Hello. I've been told to actually change my camera so people can see my dogs when I'm on screen. I think it's saying I'm an ugly bugger and the dogs are actually better. But
Dog
that's
cams.
just that's just me.
I'm not going to lie, but the dogs definitely improve your situation.
Watch it, you. But did I heard someone saying, "It's a Wonderful Life."
Yep.
That film,
Yes, we did.
but
That's
one
when
of
we
the
joined.
best Christmas because it has got the Christmas joy right at the end. I definitely, that's more my Boxing Day movie, but White Christmas is my Christmas movie because I grew up watching it sitting with my mum.
Mm.
It was always on Christmas Day, and it's for the meal, and then as they started moving the timetable around because it's dead old fashioned. We'll start putting it on just before Christmas or just after Christmas. We got the video. Then when that actually went out, we got the DVD. I've had 3 DVDs because every time I loan it to somebody, I never get it back, and I need it for Christmas. So when they say I could get it in the new year, nope, I go out and buy it again. So I've got it for the
Yeah.
Christmas day.
It's Christmas.
Yep, it has to be done Christmas morning. I watch it every Christmas.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my
Yeah.
Christmas rewatches.
Oh, it's the same idea. You've got so many really good Christmas movies.
Hmm.
As you said, Miracle on 31st Street. I actually like both of them. I like Jingle All the Way. I'm looking at what people have said. Trading Places.
Jingle All the Way is also amazing. I mean, I even enjoyed the Schwarzenegger one. That is the Jingle All the Way,
It's
or
that Jingle All
whatever
the Way.
it is.
It's Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. The two of them are
Yes.
actually fighting over the. Is it the Rocketeer or something like that?
Rocket Man.
But-
Turbo Man. No.
Purple Man,
when I
that's
was
what it is.
growing up, the big fad when that film came out was Transformers. You
Mhm.
could have like a big amazing robot, or you could like twist everything and it was turning into a car. That's
Yeah.
what.
So when you got
That's
the
why
kids
I
actually a
recommend
set of
people
cars
watch
and they
it.
broke them, try to turn them into Transformers, it wasn't very fun.
Yeah, Loctite super glue definitely made a lot of money that year.
Yeah.
I always find the best thing to get a kid for Christmas is the noisiest toy you can find. And don't
No,
get them
no,
the
no,
batteries.
no, no, no,
No,
no.
no, no. And don't get the batteries for them.
Only if you don't like their parents.
No.
That's what I was just gonna say because PJ here is practicing to become a grandparent, so he's looking for the noisiest toys on the planet.
My 3 kids grew up with noisy toys. Other parents have to have kids with noisy toys. And if you really want to infuriate them, get them a present that makes a lot of noise, but don't put batteries in. So when they open the present, all they do is moan that they can't play with it.
Yes, that is correct, Shane Noland. That is correct.
Whose son was that?
Jake, I forgot his last name, who played the son in Jingle All the Way, was Anakin
Oh, right.
Skywalker in episode 1.
Oh, Christian.
No, not
No, Christian Bale. Christian.
No, it's a kid. It's,
Jake. What's his face?
yeah, but not rememberable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
His career's dried up now, I think so.
yeah. I'm not sure if he's.
Well,
still
he
acting.
wasn't happy with it because basically he gets slagged for it when he went back to school.
Oh, he should not be complaining because he's nowhere near Will Wheaton.
Jake Lloyd, thank you, Shane.
Jake Lloyd, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking the older guy, the one that played. Sorry, episode
No,
1.
that's Christian something, and he
Yeah.
tried to like make sparkly vampire shows and everything happen. It's like, nah.
No,
You
that's
love
not the same
Twilight,
person.
Don't let us know.
No.
He loves Twilight. Don't let me. He talks about it. See, as soon as the screen goes down, he starts talking Twilight. I'm telling you, every single time. That'll get you for telling me that my idea that Wheel of Time is rubbish is wrong.
It could be worse. It could be Twilight Zone fan fiction.
Oh, that's sorry.
I will
you've
have
seen
to
Wheel of
admit,
Time
I'm a
then?
Viking, but I'm not brave enough to explore that area.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you've got a choice, Wheel of Time or Twilight Zone fanfiction, go for the Twilight Zone fanfic. I'm telling you, it'll give you a more
You're
entertainment.
not inspiring like confidence that I should go and figure out what it is.
You watch it, you make it. Don't give us that. Wait till see his Christmas stream.
Well, we'll go Christmas stream. So, is there any localized Christmas material
Yep.
for where you
We've got
grew
a
up?
drive-in. We've got a drive-in opened up. They did it for the Halloween. They've got one for Christmas. They've got Home Alone and stuff like that. Unfortunately, they all start at 4:00, so I don't get back to work until 5. So I'm going to miss every single one of them.
Oh,
I don't get back. So I finish at 5, and it takes me an hour to drive. So I wouldn't get in unless they had one at 6:30, 7:00. So there's a drive-in with a load of Christmas movies on, and I can't see any of them. Bummer.
Not good enough. Anyone
know.
else?
not really. I've noticed.
Surely, Colin, you must have something historical. I mean, I've seen a lot of really great Christmas seasonality films, I will say. And I do say seasonality because they take place over Christmas. But they must have had that adventure kind of spirit Christmas time.
Well, there is one. There's Band of Brothers, the Bocage. That's a Christmas part.
Yeah, it is.
That's over Christmas. And they keep trading presents with each other.
Yes.
The Germans keep trading artillery and they keep trading deaths and bits of bodies.
Shane, you're perfectly correct. The Lion in Winter is a Christmas movie.
Mhm.
Peter O'Toole again.
Yeah, well, Peter O'Toole's superb. I know somebody put Lawrence of Arabia. I never said that. Anything for Christmas, but I suppose it's what you watch at Christmas. You class that as a Christmas movie, or because there's certain movies at certain time of the year I watch, and like my birthday movies, I watch them. But sometimes if it's one that's about Halloween, I'll still watch it because it's one of my favourite movies. I'll watch, but it's a Halloween movie, but it's not. I never watch it on Halloween. I always watch it in the middle of the year. Wee things like that. So do they class as Halloween movies when you don't watch them at Halloween? Christmas movies you don't watch them at Christmas?
But it was like the film I introduced a couple of weeks ago for our channel. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
It's
yes.
technically not a Christmas film, even though it has Christmas
It's
in its
in between
name.
Halloween and Christmas, right in between.
Exactly, but for me, that starts to you watch this and you get okay. I can understand why there's Halloween decorations in the supermarkets or Christmas decorations in the supermarket. Once I watched it, I'm okay with it. But before I watched it, at that year, it's like, why are you having Halloween decorations up in your supermarket when it's like July? Makes no sense. But once I watched it, I get into the spirit. It's moving from Halloween to Christmas.
Well, over the next couple of days, I'm going to be watching a Black Friday movie called
Oh,
Oh,
it
no,
just
that one.
doesn't so happen to have someone that has a famous chin.
Yes, Bruce the Chin. Yep, it's been on my radar, but I've been trying to get a hold of it, and I'm going to get it. I should get access to seeing it over the next few days. So I was hoping to get it this weekend, and it didn't happen. But I'm hoping to get to see it over the next few days. So we'll see. And I can't wait. I love Bruce Campbell and anything he does. So this one where he's working in a superstore on Black Friday when the zombies come to his town.
No, not just working. He's actually the manager, as best as can tell from the trailer.
He's a manager. I think he's just a night shift manager or something like
There's another one for Scrooge, Bruce Campbell.
that. Now that would be
I'm not sure I've
fun.
ever seen Bruce Campbell as Scrooge, but he could probably do that really well.
I think he could actually play a very good Scrooge. See, Bill Murray's great as Scrooge. I think because of the way the comedy was done, it was done to his sensibilities, as it were. So he played it very well. I think if you had a Scrooge again for Bruce Campbell in that part, that could be fun because they would write it again for Bruce. So you'd have a lot of his humour. I think that could be a fun one. So it is.
I
But
could
I'm just
see.
biased because Bruce Campbell, come on.
So am I, but let's have it from the rest of you guys. The oddest, I'm not going to say weirdest, I will say the oddest celebrity, but you think they'll bring Christmas spirit in.
Honest celebrity to do Christmas.
Oldest or oddest?
Oldest.
Oldest. Okay.
Or oldest, I thought. I didn't
Well,
know.
all this can work well, but I meant oddest, as in you would
Oddest,
not
okay.
expect these people
Yeah,
to
okay.
play Christmas.
Actor or character?
I would say actor because we know actor plays such an important on the character.
So you can't have Conan the Santa.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yes, but only if it's played by Kevin Sorbo.
Yes, no, there
Yeah,
you go.
exactly. But on that side, you could have Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, that could work.
Well, you've already had Kermit doing a Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
Exactly. But this is what I'm going. What do people think? Bring Christmas spirit in, but who will bring it in? I mean, even Cookie Monster could do it if we stayed on Sesame Street.
Xena having to help out Santa deliver the presents, protect him as he's. It's almost like the one from Scrooge when they were actually doing stuff, bombs and all that, and machine guns, and there's the movie they're
You're
making in the
getting
background.
too far to Hogfather here now.
It's only because, as I was saying, because Scrooge, they were actually making the movie, and it was about Santa being attacked. It was Lee Majors playing Santa as the movie or in the movie. So you imagine something like that, but you've got Xena protect them rather than so he's basically been it's the original Santa guys and Xena has to protect them.
Given
Yeah,
how
you
far they
also
were
have
over
Hercules kicking in, so you've got Xena and Hercules.
given how fast news they played with time, I'm surprised Xena never did meet Santa.
That's true. Well, they've met Santa in the librarians. So they did.
Yes, they. Oh, yes, yeah.
Uh-huh. And I'm trying to remember who played Santa. I think it was Bruce. Bruce Campbell, I can't
Shay Nolan in the chat, and I forget what his name is. I mean, he's played so many amazing roles. He says he has a soft spot for Bad Santa, and the guy that plays Bad Santa is
Billy
been
Bob
in
Thornton.
so many great Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah.
Yep.
Billy Bob Thornton played Bad Santa.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of the Bad Santa one. I don't know what it was.
No, the Bad Santa didn't clock for me, but there's so many other amazing films he's been in. But this is kind of where my question was going. It's you have an amazing character. Maybe you have never touched Christmas or the
Yeah.
Easter Bunny. Who do you think would actually be? Yes, that is what I would like to see.
I'm actually just going to see who played the Santa in the librarians. Because I think it was one.
No, now you're going back.
It's really annoying me now. Just trying to find the thing.
Well, how about Alfred Molina as the character Doc Ock bringing in Christmas spirit?
Oh, that'd be good.
Oh,
That was fun.
I mean, he would definitely be able to deliver Christmas present faster than anybody else.
Yeah,
And
true.
smile at it. Smile.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell played Santa in the librarians. So he had
Bruce
played
Campbell,
Santa.
wow.
The episode was 2014 and Santa's Midnight Run. Bruce Campbell.
God, was it that far? God, was it really that long ago, the librarians? Bloody hell.
Oh, I remember that show.
2014, yeah. I love the librarians. I've got. I need to actually dig that out. I think it's next to my warehouse.
Yeah, I like that. It's,
I had an idea it was Bruce. It played Santa, but it was just one of those ones. Was that wishful thinking? But no. So Bruce Campbell. There you go. Librarians, 2014 Santa Claus. So he has played Santa. So he's done a Christmas one. So I need to watch that. That's what I'll watch before next Saturday. But I can't think of any odd other people to actually play a Christmas character. I know there's been odd ones that, to me, I know I've got a very unpopular idea of, to me, what a character that killed Christmas for a Christmas movie was Elf.
Oh,
Yep.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Yeah, to me, the whole idea of it, but then again, he was in Step Brothers as well, playing a similar character.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah. And he played with the guy who played Oliver Hardy, which he was fantastic in and all.
But you see, now I will counteract this. So you have the bad taste of Elf, but I will put in Joe Pesci for Christmas films.
Hey, the Santa that killed Christmas. Yeah.
Not only that, Home Alone.
Oh, yes.
back to Home Alone.
Joe Pesci. I picked up Home Alone 2, and me and my wife will go sit down and watch that this week because I think Home Alone is one fantastic Christmas movie, and Home Alone 2. After that, the other two are mediocre, and the new reboot is absolutely atrocious. But 1 and 2, I would say, are two's almost as good as 1.
See, I like 2 better than 1, and a lot of it has to do with Tim Curry, and especially when he sneaks in the shower scene.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the idea that
yeah,
even they still use that same movie in it the angels with filthy faces or something like that. It was,
Yeah.
and it is a case of even he's sneaking in and he still just hits it. Yeah, I'll give you up till 5. 1,
You know,
2. It's just the whole idea that Tim Curry actually plays such a iconic character. To me, when I was watching Home Alone 2, when I first watched it, it reminded me of sort of a mix between Home Alone and Ferris Bueller.
yeah,
Because you had everything from Home Alone, and then you had the Ferris Bueller's Tim Curry playing the principal type thing. So they brought bits and pieces from both in, and it actually worked a lot better because they couldn't actually just keep leaving him home alone. So the fact is, he got lost in New York, sort of worked, so you could actually get away with it. And also the fact is, when she reports it to the police, and I left them last year too. What again? You know, get a hold of your kid. It was the idea of the playing up to the fact is they know it's a silly premise, so the police make a joke about it.
what I love is
Tim Curry is an amazing actor that I'm so struggling to place. So you have him from weird roles where you wouldn't expect him to play.
yeah,
And then you have bigger roles where he's playing Cardinal Richelieu in The Musketeers, going like, go kill them. And you have him in super silly roles. As in, you wouldn't expect it to be. For me, Tim Curry is a Gary Oldman to try and find another character or actor that can do similar stuff. But Gary Oldman never did stuff like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
yeah,
And it's a bit weird, but they literally managed to just crawl all over the space and they bring bad, good, evil, not evil, maybe dodgy, but not dodgy. And they do so brilliantly. And you believe them every single time they do it.
Boy, he was also the doctor in the Hunt for Red October. It's like just you got a serious dramatic
Yeah, he
role.
was.
He's
Yeah.
right in there in the middle of it, and just the talent is just amazing.
He
Wait a
played the
minute.
optician in the Color of Magic.
Yes, he did,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah.
It was
He's just superb.
one person I think we bringing this back to. I mean, if we back to where we started, I think I would quite like to see David Warner as Scrooge.
He must have done it, mustn't he?
He must have done somehow. I would have thought so. I mean, but he's just so. He's just, he's so good at just about everything he does.
Did you see the Married with Children with Scrooge episode?
No, I didn't. Well, probably, but I don't remember it.
It's the one with the one from Police Academy, the one with a high pitched voice. He's basically that character. The one they wanted to play Al Bundy because they wanted him. I can't even remember his name. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I remember you or someone saying something about that. It wasn't the original choice, was it?
Because they were wanting Roseanne and this guy because he was they said the two of them were very similar to each other. Comic. I can't even remember his name. I'm just trying to actually dig out what one it was. He played an angel. He played the Clarence character, but he wasn't a very nice angel. He's basically there to slag off Al when Al got shot and nearly died. So I can't even remember his name. But that's when they did their It's a Wonderful Life episode. Obviously, a Christmas episode. There it's there. I'm there. What's his name? Sam Kinison. They had him as the angel in Married with Children.
Okay. So,
and that was It's a Wonderful Life Part 1 and 2.
no, I used to watch that, but I don't remember any particular episodes.
But
Yeah,
is
that was
that
the
from
season
Married
4.
with
I've got
Children?
all of them. I
Because
love. I basically wanted to grow up to be either Bundy or Homer.
oh yeah, but was that really Married with Children? Because the two main actors, I forget his name,
Oh,
but Peter
Ed O'Neill.
Seagal,
Ed O'Neill.
yeah, he did like crime series, CSI investigation TV show kind of stuff. It was like he had to deal with brutal stuff, and then you had Katie Seagal that went into going because her
Leela.
husband, yeah,
Yeah.
she made well, she was literally the matriarch of Sons of Anarchy, and
Was
that
she?
was brutally
Yes, that's right.
violent.
She was in Sons of
I know.
Anarchy.
I know she
These
voiced
are
the
all
lead in
these,
Drama.
these are all after Married with Children.
Yeah.
They're all well after Married with Children. This gave a lot of them their start. Christina Applegate.
It gave them the start, but holy crap, you went from I like this character, and you just go it's like oh, you're
Yeah.
dangerous.
Well, guys, we're coming up to an hour and a half we've been on, and I know PJ and Jimmy have been on for longer, so I think we'll call an evening here. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat for joining us, and Jim and PJ, thank you for hopping on at the last minute.
Thank you very
joining
much,
us.
guys.
Thank
Phil,
you.
nice to see you
Thank
guys. Dad, Man, and Louise, so thank you for your support. And
Absolutely.
I have a sneaking suspicion that there's a distinct possibility that the boss is here for a reason. Oh, that's unfortunate, Shane. I didn't know that.
What's
Christina Applegate. Christina Applegate was diagnosed with MS.
Oh God, I
Oh,
didn't know that. Christina Applegate
No, I
is
didn't know.
she was one of the highlights. Basically, the stuff she did after.
Yeah, she was. She was
Married
very
with
good.
Children
Very
was
good.
just superb.
Okay, so shall we end it?
Yep. Did you want to?
Of course. Right, I'm going to. I like everyone to say their goodbyes because I am now going to do my final speech. As this
Okay.
is the last show of the year. So I will remove you from screen and bring you back in after we've ended the broadcast, if that's okay with you.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
boss. Okay.
Okay, Colin, please start removing.
Okay, guys. Have a good night, everybody, and
Good night.
Christmas, and I will see you all in the new year.
Absolutely.
Have a great Christmas.
Have a
everyone.
great one.
Too. Have a great one.
Okay, here we go. Right, everybody out there in chat at the moment. I have got a dodgy haircut. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much to everyone who subscribed to this channel this year. We're hoping next year that FSSI will go forward a bit more as we have got a new lineup planned. Plus, we have got also, we'll be moving to Tuesday nights as an extra night because what we have got planned is, well, going to take up too much on the Sundays. I'd like to thank Colin for looking after the channel on my behalf while I was away. I'd like to thank Louise and Deadman Walking 55 for being here. I'd like to thank Arwen Avalon for being with the show. Arwen, I hope you do return in the future. I also like to thank our moderators out there. Thank you for joining up and being our moderators in the chat. And hopefully we will return on the 1st of February with a brand new show. I've got one planned. I think it's Unplugged number 4, but who knows. But everyone out there, have a very wonderful Merry Christmas. And let's kickstart 22 with a bang. So I'm going to end with one clip and one clip only. Take care, everyone.
Bells, oh, merry, merry bells. The beautiful You, boy, you.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Do you know the butcher's in the next street but one?
I should hope
An intelligent boy. A remarkable boy. Tell me, have they sold the prize turkey that was hanging there, not the little turkey, the big one?
so. What, the one as big as me?
Yes. Delightful boy. Yes, my buck, the one as big as you.
It's hanging there still.
Is it? Very well, then, go and buy it.
What, Kerr?
No, wait a minute. I'm in earnest. Tell the butcher to bring it here and I'll give him the name of the party he's to send it to. Come back with the butcher and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown. An enchanting boy. I'll send it.